I shouldn't be alive right now. If I'd taken one more step toward that creek, you wouldn't be hearing this. You'd just be another person reading about the missing stranger in Harrow Creek's local paper. The thing about small towns is they don't always tell you the truth about themselves. They'll smile when you arrive. They'll ask about your family, where you're staying, if you're enjoying the peace and quiet. But underneath that smile, there's something else. Something waiting for you to wander into the wrong place at the wrong time. For me, that place was the edge of a black, silent creek at 2:17 in the morning. And the wrong time was any time after sunset. I came here to take pictures. I left here with scars I still can't explain. Scars shaped like fingers. I'd never heard of Harrow Creek before last fall. I was a freelance travel photographer, mostly covering old rural towns. For a small online magazine, I'd been on the road for a week, chasing stories in the Midwest. Forgotten diners, ghost signs on crumbling brick buildings, lonely gas stations that seemed frozen in the 1950s. One night, I stopped at a roadside motel in Kansas. The owner, a wiry man with clouded eyes, handed me my key and said, "If you're looking for something real, not that tourist crap, drive east about 40 minutes, Harrow Creek. Folks there keep to themselves, but the history goes deep. Creek's older than the town. They say it remembers things." He didn't elaborate, just handed me the key and went back behind the counter. The next morning, curiosity got the better of me. I loaded my camera, plugged Harrow Creek into the GPS, and headed out. When I arrived, the first thing I noticed was how clean everything looked. Too clean. The main street had a row of brick buildings, barber shop, hardware store, post office, but no litter, no peeling paint, no signs of wear. It was like someone had built a model of a town, then forgot to add life to it. No traffic, no noise except the wind. I parked near a small cafe, hoping to grab coffee. The bell above the door chimed as I stepped inside. 5 people sat at the counter, each with the same blank, almost polite expression. They all turned to look at me in perfect unison. The waitress, a woman in her 50s with tightly curled hair, smiled. "Passing through?" "Yeah," I said, sitting at the counter. "I'm a photographer. Thought I'd check the place out." Her smile faltered just slightly. "Careful where you point that thing. Some places here don't like being remembered." I asked her what she meant, but she changed the subject, sliding a mug of coffee toward me. That's when I noticed the mural on the wall behind her, an oil painting of the creek at night. The water was dark, almost black, and pale shapes floated just beneath the surface. Human shapes. I asked about it. "Oh, that's just old town lore," she said, waving it off. "People used to say the creek could take things from you. Bad, memories, grief, pain. But sometimes it took more than it should." The other patrons kept staring at me, unblinking as she spoke. I spent the afternoon wandering the town with my camera. Every time I looked toward the creek, I saw someone standing just at the tree line, watching me. But when I lifted my camera, they were gone. Around sunset, I drove to the edge of town. A single dirt road led down to the creek, no streetlights. Just the sound of insects and the slow rush of water. The air changed the moment I stepped out of the car, heavy, wet, like breathing through cloth. The moon reflected off the water, but the ripples didn't look right. They moved against the current. I set up my tripod, focusing on the dark water. Through the viewfinder, I saw something pale break the surface. Fingers. Long, thin, jointed fingers, curling upward like they were searching for something. I lowered the camera. The water was still. I looked through the lens again. This time, a face floated just beneath the surface, eyes wide open, lips moving. I froze, unable to look away, until something grabbed my ankle. I screamed, stumbling backward, but there was nothing there. Just wet footprints leading from the creek to where I stood, and stopping right at my shoes. The next morning, I told the waitress what I'd seen. She didn't laugh. "You were lucky," she said quietly. "The creek only comes for strangers. At first, locals, it owns us already." She leaned closer. "If you're smart, you'll leave before dark." But I didn't. Because by then, I'd noticed something. No one in Harrow Creek ever crossed the bridge over the creek after sunset. They'd walk an extra mile around town just to avoid it. And yet, every few weeks, someone vanished. Decided to stake out the bridge. From my spot behind a tree, I saw a man approach just after midnight. He didn't look scared. He looked resigned. He stepped onto the bridge, stopped halfway. Then he climbed onto the railing and leaned forward. Something rose from the water. Tall, shaped like a person, but made entirely of black, rippling liquid. Its eyes glowed faintly, like dying embers. The man didn't scream as it reached up and touched his face. He just sank into the water without a sound. I wanted to run, but I couldn't move. My body wouldn't listen. And then, the thing turned its head toward me. I don't remember getting back to the motel. I woke the next morning with mud on my clothes and my camera gone. When I asked the townspeople about the man, they all said the same thing. "What man?" That's when I realized Harrow Creek doesn't lose people. It swallows them whole, memory and all. And now it knows my name. If you're reading this, don't come here. And if you ever find yourself near Harrow Creek after dark, whatever you do, don't look at the water.